Sheriff Heino, just tell us a little bit about, for people that may not know, how long have you lived in Flathead County, and tell us a little about your law enforcement experience before you were sheriff.
Yeah, thanks for the question. So I think born and raised here in the Valley, multiple generations, fourth generation in Montana. The biggest thing that I started out my career, went to Wyoming, got my college degree. My wife was going to college down there, or well, fiance at that time, and we went down to enjoy the adventures down there. Kind of did the shotgun approach as a kid and said, I'm going to take the first law enforcement job I got, and got into Sheridan, Wyoming Police Department. Had an amazing 2 years there. Was able to have the opportunity in 2003 to apply up here, and was selected by the Flathead County Sheriff's Office. From there, it was a pretty dynamic career, meaning I got to work up patrol, got selected to go to the Northwest Drug Task Force. It was an amazing 3 years there, where had the opportunity to work with multiple jurisdictions and people, and do some really good casework here in Flathead County. From there, I went back to patrol and had a stint there, and then became basically the search and rescue coordinator. I was an FTO, field training officer, crime scene tech, all those things in between. But basically, I had the opportunity to work with the volunteers and kind of run those organizations. So I ran the search and rescue divisions and the posse at the same time. And then I was also the team leader on the SWAT team at the same time. So the dynamics kind of taught me a lot, but each leadership role kind of taught me something a little bit different. So on the SWAT side, of course, was the tactical, organizing chaotic events for sure. Advancements and trainings. We rebuilt a lot of the SWAT functions in. We actually started to tie in with Washington State and brought some tactical functions there. Just really brought our team up to speed. From there, we did a lot of things with search and rescue. We had of course, 2-Bear was implemented at that time. And then finished that out with just advancing my leadership capabilities, and got selected to be the patrol commander under Sheriff Curry. From there, I ran in 2018 and been the sheriff for about 7 years, a little over now, I guess, almost 8 now. And I think the biggest thing that I could say is the opportunity when we started this was we said we wanted to achieve these goals, and we've actually exceeded a lot of that. We wrote a list out the other day of all the accomplishment it has, and it's pretty amazing what this team has accomplished here at the Sheriff's Office, through OES, through the Sheriff's Office, and the Coroner's Office.
And that kind of leads to my next question here is, since your tenure as sheriff, what is maybe one key accomplishment that you're most proud of?
It's hard to put your finger on just one of them. Advancements in training has been a huge one, but I think the best ones are the community interaction ones we were able to do. The school resource officer one is the best. We teamed with Flathead Electric, the school systems, and the sheriff's office to accomplish the goals of getting law enforcement in the 2 primary, Big Fork and Evergreen, which is our largest schools. From there, we also started a canine program, and that was another huge accomplishment. Went out to the community, worked together, and I think those are key because where we live is if you have the community support, both financial and from just general backing, you can accomplish so much. And that's what we have done with those 2 big programs. There's 50 or 100 other things. I always tell people I have a list on my desk of all these accomplishments that I try to do. I try to get to 1 or 2, each day, but depending on the week, you're working out there in those environments. We try to get those things, but we definitely have a forward movement plans for all the time, different aspects we have, but some of that's based on funding and fiscal, and some of it's based on just capacity, basically, to do it.
Okay. And your time here as sheriff, what is maybe one issue you're seeing that kind of affects families here in the Flathead from a law enforcement angle, and how are you helping to help maybe build or improve that situation?
I think mental health is probably our biggest one. That changed dramatically. In 17, when a lot of the state systems were removed. Then we, of course, struggled. The state had limited capacities at Warm Springs and other state services. That funding was gone, and it's still being rebuilt today. So we are working with them, but it's definitely limited. So co-responders was a big aspect. That was multiple partners to get that done. Of course, it's built through the health department now, but we work with our city partners as well to get that accomplished. And I think the biggest aspect of that is now we have people that are professionally trained to deal with mental health crisis when it's stabilized in the scene. And that's definitely made it more efficient. The future now is we are looking at other programs where we have better services, hopefully through which is provided by the state. But Along those lines, it's not going to be an immediate fix. Right now, we have many pending to go to the state. Yes, the state is often responsible for the mental health aspects, but they are so limited in capacity. Every person that we can get to Warm Springs, we do, but often we're pending that, though they're the waiting times for them. That being said, I think it's also important to look towards these are people. We're trying to work with them, and so that's one reason the new facility has some of these aspects to hold and house these individuals. We are currently being paid our daily rate for those individuals, which is amazing support by our legislators that we're able to get that accomplished. But we have to continue to look at opportunities so that we can ensure that we can do the best we can for them. But again, that's going to be a lot of both the health care systems, the state, and ourselves partnering together to get that done. But there's not going to be an immediate solution. We're not going to be able to just ship them out tomorrow. We have to work all together to get that done.
Okay. And obviously Flathead County is a vast landscape and continues to grow with more people moving in. From your sheriff's standpoint, how can you help cover this vast landscape still with the limited resources that you do have?
Yeah, so we are working, the county commissioner and us have had lots of discussions on adding personnel. We have to budget fiduciary responsibilities as well, so we're constantly looking at that, and we've had a good partnership on that. In the last 2 years, we've been able to increase one here, one there in order to do some of that. The hard part is that when you add a dynamic population of estimated 30,000 people, government grows a little slower than the rest of the world. We have always had a huge volunteer base here. They're limited in some capacities due to statutory provisions, but they do an amazing job of supporting it. Well over 10,000 hours a year, which no other jurisdiction has, and we work with them often to accomplish the stuff that sometimes is unseen, sometimes is seen. All of our special event response coming out for patrol to supplement it. But there is statutory provisions that says you cannot replace paid staff with volunteer staff. So it's important to continue to work with the county commissioners and also do that. The other thing we're doing is as we have finished up the airport contracts and those things, we have basically 3 openings right now. We are looking at our proactive measures, but we're again partnering with our cities because we have to share resources across this jurisdiction all the time, and that's our federal, state, and local partners to get that done. And that's why we're efficient. That's why we accomplish a lot of tasks. Often, I think one of the things that we see is people come from other localities where police response is 5 minutes. We deal with a very large jurisdiction here. That's not just us, that's every city and us as well that needs additional resources to get that done. But with that becomes lower taxes, but it also comes with longer sometimes response times. I always say if you're lived in this county, especially as a supervisor, and you were the rover, you will probably go through a couple of tanks of fuel a night because you are driving hundreds of miles to try to accomplish the supervision across multiple things. Big Fork to Lakeside, we run south, local, and north. But if you look at the jurisdictional portions of that, even the north end is from Pinnacle all the way over to Olney. 1 to 2 resources are trying to cover that. We get support from Montana Highway Patrol, Fish and Game, even the U.S. Forest Service, whatever resources we need to accomplish those tasks. But it's the partnerships that how we get that accomplished right now. I think we all are growing. I think we're seeing that in multiple agencies, and I think we'll get that accomplished. It just takes time. Government is a little slower, but we have to work with our county commissioners on the funding abilities to do that, and as we add positions, we'll continue to add those people in those response areas.
And one issue that we know affects some families here in the Flathead is dangerous drugs in the community, fentanyl, what have you. How is your sheriff's office working to combat this issue?
A couple of things. One, we are partners we lead the Northwest Drug Task Force. We also educate our staff now. So we have actually worked with Montana Highway Patrol and the HIDA groups in order to ensure they get proper training in the investigation of those crimes. We also have to talk about drug treatment courts. There's a treatment court now that the undersheriff currently sits on that we're partnered with the judiciary systems. All of those things combined are definitely how we accomplish that. The other one is working with legislators, having crimes that are penalties that essentially attach to the crimes. And we're not always looking to throw the person in jail, but sometimes getting them into the system allows them the opportunities to get the the services sometimes they need or can't afford. But it's important that we balance each of those. Fentanyl is a big one. Methamphetamine is still, of course, the primary. And drug trends change a lot, so we're constantly adapting. If we were talking 8 years ago, we'd all be talking about methamphetamine, and now we're talking about fentanyl, and now we are constantly changing. I think it's important to realize, that is the thing about law enforcement. We are changing daily, from technology to everything else. So that's why it's important to have someone that's, had the experience, the information, and has been in the game for all these periods, because you have to stay. It's constantly evolving, and we're constantly changing.
Another issue that we've seen here in the Flathead that's impacted a lot of families is DUI-related crashes that's resulted in serious injury or death to a family member. Is there anything the sheriff's office can help do to mitigate these tragedies?
Yeah, so I think a lot of that when I started here in 2003, the sheriff at that time was basically the highway patrol did most of the traffic and the incidents, those things. We basically focused on criminal elements. As we've moved forward into higher dynamic of that area, we have partnered with the basically to get a traffic safety position, which is one individual, and to train them better on those aspects. And we've also trained our staff better on the DUI portions. With that, we're still covering a large area. We're trying to work with many entities, Highway Patrol, of course, as well, and to ensure that we can do better at the traffic safety portions of this community. It's difficult in the fact that I think DUI was very much a low fine type of thing. We have worked with the legislators again and tried to accomplish some tasks. We've had some great bills that have come out that have now hopefully created some accountability for those individuals that do that. And I think the sheriffs in this state are also looking at future growth of saying, hey, what other accomplishments can we make on the legislative for the penalties to match the crime, so that people are accountable to their issues, and we're not seeing their 7th or 9th DUI by the time they get to that 4th. It's basically maybe their 4th or 5th rather. But again, getting those people, the importance here has been instrumental. We've been very clear with our staff that that is a priority because of the issues that we see. Running the coroner's office, we see firsthand the effects it has on families.
Yeah, and Sheriff, the new jail seems like it's a big win for county law enforcement here. How do you plan to build off that momentum? Yeah,
so there's a lot of things. One is I have been firsthand involved with the building and construction the selling of the bond to this community, which we greatly appreciate. To jump into that is be tough for someone else, but I mean, really it's down to, having the knowledge base of going that. We want to stay on budget. We want to ensure that we have a plan for the staffing, and to create a better facility when we get done. The other opportunity is it's creating a lot more space for different opportunities, from our evidence storage to staffing numbers. Right now, we're standing in this office going, we have people in closets and everywhere else. We're kind of limited just on the area and the location of putting people. And so that creates a better opportunity to build for the future. Again, maintaining that balance of property taxes and everything else we have to do each day. But we're doing an amazing job with what we have, but this creates a lot of opportunities for that. The other one I think it does is it's built in a segment where we were very serious about for the future. So this new facility can expand very easily. It has all the capabilities from its laundry to its kitchen areas to expand out, so the next generation of law enforcement can have that opportunity to expand and be able to functionally do things much easier than trying to build an entire new structure and get that done. It also has a space, so we have this land base that can expand and contract with county functions. Just a lot of opportunities there that are amazing. One of the big things I'm excited about is it's got a 4-lane indoor gun range, which as we can now train on facility staff, we have a limited portion here, but a lot of times we are limited by the number of people we can do. And so this allows us to, have that hands-on training right here right there in the facility to ensure that we are efficient, but also providing the highest level of training we can.
Okay, and lastly, just give us your brief elevator pitch on why you should remain as Flathead County Sheriff.
I'm born and raised here, 4th generation. I often hear, well, they did it this way somewhere else. I think we have a pretty good opportunity or place right here where we're at, that we've done a good job of where we're at. I have the value and experience. I'm the, a coroner, I'm an OES director and the sheriff, and I got the certifications for that. And we have expanded amazingly in 7 years. And I think we are growing with this community. I care about this community. I think that's the biggest thing. My family's right here. My kids are working here, going to school here, and have enveloped themselves in the community just like I have. I think the other one is I've enveloped myself into a lot of community functions, really. I mean, of course, this year alone, we go to several functions to raise funds for different aspects. Everyone here is involved in something, and that's why we are here. But again, I think it comes back to the experience. I have been in the career. I'm not removed and then trying to come back in and educate myself on the aspects of it. Because being a Western sheriff is much different than being an Eastern sheriff. You have a lot of functions, you're limited things, and you have a larger area to cover. So I have that experience, and again, I think it's back to I serve my community, and it's the people I grew up with and are fortunate to be friends with.